Good morning, everybody. It's Anthony Casey here, the party president of Díl Éireann, the Irish Christian Nationalist Party. And I'm doing a video about something urgent that's going on in the country. Well, at least we can see it across the world, but it's happening here now, and the first kind of news breaking about it is now. And what I'm talking about is digital ID. Now, we've been warning about this for the last 5 or 6 years. In fact, Christians have been warning it for a lot longer. It's written 2,000 years ago in the book of Revelation, the mark of the beast, the social credit system. And it's one for one exactly what they're doing. You'd imagine being able to talk about a chip 2,000 years ago. A chip when there was no electricity that was in your right hand or your forehead and you can't buy or sell without it. That's exactly the technology now, and that's exactly what's happening. And there's videos online. You go onto TikTok or YouTube and look up paying with your palm. And it's been happening for a few years. Sweden, 6,000 plus people have opted for it. There are some countries where people have said no and their whole bank accounts have been erased. The UK, they're making it mandatory. All of a whack. They just announced it. You have 2 days to comply. It's coming to Ireland too. And the way they'll present this is be so handy and convenient. Your doctor's appointments, your credit card, your driver license, your passport, all in one place. But this is the big fear. The same people who have called this out need to be listened to, because I see a correlation going right back to the abortion referendum, where people were like, some people were, look, you know, we're progressive now and it's women's rights and the wave of feminism. And other people were like, you know, and then people were my body, my choice, and had plenty of coverage on TV about just that side of things. Or there's other people saying, have you seen abortions? Have you seen how they do it? When they break their spine or they rip them limb from limb? Have you seen... You do understand that the moment life begins at the moment of conception, scientifically, technically, which means that is classed as murder. And you do understand with the sleep around culture that the floodgates are going to open and this is going to be massive bloodshed. But people didn't want to hear that because they were propagandized. This is men beating us down, when really it was just an absolutely horrific and abhorrent thing to pass through. And now what they say, 27% of Gen Z are aborted. Sleep around culture is rife. Sure, why wouldn't it be? There's some woman who said she had 70 abortions. Like, you open up something like that, the floodgates, without putting any restrictions on it, there you go. There's no excuse for it. But a lot of these people call themselves Christians. Anyway, the same people who called that out were the same people who said no to the COVID vaccine, because as well, with the Christian orientation of, this seems a bit odd, this seems like there's some kind of ring of Book of Revelation out of this. Bill Gates, propaganda, this guy who's a multi-billionaire who's pushing these, pretending to be the world's most educated doctor, sunk all his money into it 6 months before the pandemic was released. You better get jabbed, show your papers to go into a restaurant. It promoted putting other people down, your fellow man. Besides being an experiment, I think it's a massive cull. What they want for a social credit system is total control of you, your movement, what you're doing. But to do that, they need less population to manage it. And that's what we're seeing. And that's why they have the abortion propaganda where less and less people are having kids. That's why they drive up inflation, so people can't afford kids. So that's why they drive up the price of house prices and childcare, everything. That's why they push men and women, they pit them against each other, who can earn the most wages, so that no one has time for kids. And then we have all these women who are depressed in their 40s and taking their own life at a record number now. The same people who said when immigration came here that mass uncontrolled immigration is going to wreak havoc on this country, not just for waiting lists in hospitals, for admins, for schools, but also for crime. And also, if you start taking things off the Irish people and they can't afford anything, and you're looking after the rest of the world, it's going to cause a lot of resentment. They're the same people. And it's the same people now saying to you that digital ID is the way it's going. And by the way, yes, the great deception is on us, where you see BBC and the American news stations putting out about aliens arriving in. We were talking about this 4 years ago. When are they going to land this alien deception on us? Here it comes. So another warning shot. 2 today. Do not accept any digital ID. Get yourself ready in the event of it. Even join Shin Nadina, because we're going to be doing things to help you be prepared. And the second warning shot is that don't believe any of this alien nonsense stuff. Christ is king, and that's why he's been taken out of schools. That's why when you look up these Satanists, that they only pray against Christianity, because there's only one empty tomb. So that is the story of the day. Be wise.